Moving on for now to our other top focus, in a move that is likely to blunt Pakistan's edge in the world Muslim body. OIC, Bangladesh has called for India's inclusion as an observer in the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. OIC is a forum of 57 Muslim-majority nations spread over 4 continents. Their motto is to safeguard and protect the interests of Muslims. OIC has permanent delegations to the United Nations and the EU. Arabic, English and French are the official languages. Russia and Thailand sit as observer states. Bangladesh's call is likely to displease India's rival Pakistan, which spares no effort to batter India on various issues, including Kashmir, specifically at this forum. Saudi Arabia had previously proposed India's inclusion at the OIC way back in 2006, but it did not see any follow-up. As recently as 2017, the statements by Pakistan on behalf of the OIC at the United Nations accused India of trying to foment trouble in Jammu and Kashmir. India responded saying that the OIC had no locus when it came to the internal affairs of the country. According to reports, Bangladesh's Foreign Minister Abul Mahmood Ali called for reforming the Muslim body during the OIC's foreign ministers' meeting in Dhaka on Saturday. The proposed reform can pave the way for the induction of non-Muslim majority countries like India for an observer seat in the OIC. Bangladesh has argued that countries with large Muslim populations should not be denied having a say in the forum. Muslims constitute 14.2% of India's population as per the 2011 census data.
India's Muslim population is the largest in the world after Indonesia and Pakistan. In a troubled world with conflicts, countries require allies to reduce tension. That's what Bangladesh Foreign Minister Abul Hassan Mahmood Ali reflected in his statement at the OIC on Saturday. While the OIC builds on its solidarity through shared objective and Islamic values, having India as an observer at the OIC is integral to have a larger Muslim representation. Saad Hamadi, WION.
Let's broaden this up. Joining us for more on that is Shamshed Chaudhry, former diplomat, joining us from Bangladesh. We're also going to be joined in just a short bit by Arsalan Bhatti, senior journalist from Islamabad. Coming to you first, Ambassador Chaudhry, what has been Dhaka's trigger this time around for the inclusion of India at the OIC? This move, this demand has been made earlier as well, but what has been Bangladesh's reasoning this time around?
Thank you. I think first of all, without going into what specifically triggered this statement from Bangladesh, I would say this is a very logical move. I think a very logical step and decision by the Bangladesh government that countries which has large Muslim populations such as India and even China and Russia, India is home to more than 180 million Muslims, and that's about 10 to 11% of the total population. Now, I think it is only logical that countries with such a huge Muslim population be at least have observer status in the OIC. Because OIC is not about the interest of Muslim countries only. It's about the interest of Muslims globally. And you cannot leave 180 million Muslims out of this body or out of this forum. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm glad that Bangladesh has taken advantage of its position as the host and the current chairman of the Foreign Ministers' Council of the OIC have taken this initiative. And since Saudi Arabia had already said so way back in 2006, as you reported, I think this will garner enough support among the member countries. And I think Bangladesh having made this, I don't think the foreign minister mentioned India specifically, but obviously India would be the first very logical candidate for at least an observer status in the OIC. And I think the OIC would benefit from it, not harmed by it.
All right, let's get in a reaction as well from Arsalan Bhatti, senior journalist joining us from Islamabad. Mr. Bhatti, where does the Pakistan government really stand when it comes to this demand that's been raised by Bangladesh?
Hello?
Mr. Bhatt, if my voice is going through to you, Bangladesh has made this demand that India should be included at the OIC forum. This is the reasoning that we just heard that's come in from Mr. Chaudhary and from the Bangladesh authorities as well. Where does the Pakistan establishment stand on this demand that's come in?
Look, there is no official statement from the Foreign Office till time that on the demand of Bangladesh for India, that India should be given a status or something like that. But when the official statement comes, then only I'll be able to speak. But if there is any such demand by Bangladesh to give by India or Bangladesh should be included in OIC, that was the OIC summit to be called. And then all the member states have to decide whether to give status to any other country or not. But there is still time. There is no official statement from the OIC Secretariat or the Pakistan Foreign Office has arrived or landed yet, so that I can comment freely. But this should be one thing should be clear in the minds. This should be clear that whenever there was a new member to be included in OIC, all the OIC states should sit together, all the representatives, all the representatives should sit in a meeting to be called a high-level meeting, that is all members should sit, and then they announce the demand of any country that it should be included or not to be included, or rather it should be removed.
That the Bangladesh Foreign Minister has done. He's voiced this concern and rather a demand that India should, as well as other Muslim majority countries, as well as other non-Muslim majority countries, should also be made a part of that forum, OIC. We're going to leave it there for the moment. Arsalan Party and Shamsher Chaudhary, appreciate very much you're joining us in the broadcast. We're completely out of time. Turning our attention now